Hello and good afternoon, Digital Citizenship 8. Today is Thursday, March 26th, and we'll be talking about identity theft, how you can protect yourself from it. More specifically today, our objectives are to learn how to protect ourselves from online scams and to create your own phishing email. So today, if you completed the Nearpod from the lesson on Tuesday, I have graded those and I've sent you back a form with your grade and some comments on it, so take a look at those before moving on. If you haven't completed that Nearpod yet, you should do that first before going on to this lesson. It is really important that you complete the lessons in order. They'll make much more sense that way. Your first point of entry, I know some of you are just going to KidBlog and completing whatever is there, but you really should be going to Schoology first, clicking on those folders in order. If you missed a day or something, just go ahead and click the next day. So if you go in on Friday the 27th, there isn't going to be a folder for Friday, but there's one for March 26th, which is Thursday. You should be working on that one. So complete the folders in order by date. So once you've done your Nearpod and all your other lessons, we are going to complete How to Catch a Fish in KidBlog. Ongoing, you have some vocabulary for scams and schemes. If you log into KidBlog, you have a link to that vocabulary, to the Quizlet. You can go ahead and study those. You should study those for a couple minutes each day just to refresh your memory on what each of those terms mean. So here we are on our Schoology page. Once again, this is where you should start each Tuesday and Thursday. So when we scroll down, we'll see all of our materials in chronological order. So 317, 19, 24, and today's materials are in March 26th. So after you've completed all of those, you may move on to March 26th. Once you open that folder, you see that we're going to be working with phishing scams. You can also see a beginning of the directions, but you have to click on that to see the whole thing. So it says, please click on the link to view the instructions for today's assignment. You've already done that because you're listening to me now. The link contains this video. Before you complete today's assignment, please complete the Scams and Schemes Nearpod assignment from March 24th, the one in Nearpod, the one I just told you about, and then look over your grades that I send back to you. So in summary, complete the Nearpod assignment, look over the grade sheet I'm going to send you, watch the video that you're watching right now, and then go to KidBlog to complete How to Catch a Fish. So here we are in KidBlog. This should look very familiar to you. So to review your vocabulary, you have a link under the links section, Scams and Schemes vocabulary. When you click on that, it does bring you to the Quizlet. And when you scroll down, you can see all the terms, and you can use these different options: flashcards, learn, write, spell, test, match. Gravity doesn't work very well with ours because some of our definitions are pretty lengthy. All right, so once you've reviewed the vocabulary, you're going to click on How to Catch a Fish, and you'll see some of the information that looks pretty familiar because you should have been reviewing that in previous lessons. So the best way to avoid phishing scams is to be skeptical about any online requests for personal information. That is so important. If someone is asking you for personal information, you should be asking yourself, why are they asking me this? All right. And again, the meaning of skeptical means not easily convinced or having doubts or reservations. So I've put the 7 features of a phishing email in here with their descriptions. So if you need to review those. And something we haven't talked about yet is how to protect yourself. So if you ever see something online that you think might be a phishing scam, observe the following rules. If you are in your email and you see an email that doesn't really look right to you, just don't even open it. Don't click on any links or download any attachments because they might contain viruses or spyware. Don't reply. All right? Some of us make the mistake of replying and saying something like, don't ever send me this again. When you do that, you're just confirming that that's a valid email address, and people will continue to use that to email you. So it's important not to reply. You can mark it as junk or spam for your email provider, or report it to your social networking site. So if you're getting these messages through Facebook or whatever else you use, if you report it to them, they can block the person who sent that. If you're concerned about an account you have with a company, so you get an email and say it says it's from PayPal or Amazon, don't use the contact information that's provided in the email. Go ahead and look in your own records and use the contact information that you have. So those are some tips to protect yourself from online scams. Your assignment, another way to protect yourself from online internet scams, is by learning how identity thieves think. So you're going to use what you've learned about phishing scams to compose or to write your own phishing email. Your email needs to have at least 5 of the 7 features that are above, and use the examples we looked at in Nearpod as a guide. So I put one right here for you so you can take a look at it. I've also, if you look below, and we'll look in just a second, I've posted a sample student phishing email and a reply so you know what that should look like. So you're going to post your email as a comment below. We've done this a lot of times. You should know how to do that. So you're going to write one. Please don't make it so silly that nobody would ever take it seriously. Try to, make it at least a little bit realistic, so you have to kind of think twice as to whether or not it's a scam. And number 3, after you post your phishing email, after you create yours and you've posted it, take a look at some of the emails there that are posted and identify the features of phishing in someone else's post. I'm going to ask that you try to comment on a post that hasn't been commented on, if possible. So if you scroll down, you'll see that I've already put a sample phishing email here. This was created by a student in another class. So here is the email. So it's not too silly, but it is kind of obvious after we've talked about these features. And then after you've posted your email, you're going to look at somebody else's email, not your own. And then you're going to hit reply, because that will keep it together with the email that you're talking about. And then you're going to identify each of the features of phishing in the email address that you're looking at. Again, we should only have one reply for each email that's created, because if you already see someone else's reply, it's already done. The only exception would be is if you think that something needs to be added. So say I posted this and Chloe posts a response and she only put 3 of these. Someone else, maybe Joseph, could say, oh wait, you forgot that there's a spelling error in there. That would be the only reason that there would need to be more than one comment. So this is the way I want you to do it. I want you to name the feature. So sense of urgency, generic greeting, a link, whatever it is. The 7 features are listed above. And then what in the email is an example of that. So the sense of urgency in this email is right here where it says within 48 hours. Okay? That is basically it for today. So this is due by the end of day on Thursday. Our school day is extended. It's any time by the end of day, whenever you prefer to work. Remember, you can always ask a question, either in the Ask a Question forum that we have, or you can always message me. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday.